Good morning. Thank you for joining us on the Friday edition of TVC Breakfast. I'm Veronica Dan Ikboy. I'm not here alone. I have Ibrahim Shita with me this morning. Ibrahim, good morning. The fast is 1 or 5 days already? Almost. I was counting 1 week.
I'm actually not used to counting. I just know that, okay, so it's 29 today, it's 30 today. Yeah, I think it's 5 actually.
Okay.
It's 5.
Okay, I'm helping you count. Don't
keep
worry.
counting.
Right. We have.
But rest assured that at the end of this fast is not the one that we slaughter around. So be mindful of your counting.
Why are you going ahead of yourself? Let's get there first. Anyway, we have a number of issues we'll be looking at this morning. Talk about insecurity, especially the kidnapped children, where the president has given marching orders to security chiefs. And then we're also looking at the president's economic policies, an appraisal of it. We'll be having a guest who will be talking about that. And then we're also looking at the Jaguar syndrome, looking at perhaps the root and how we can resolve it. But we'll begin with this story. It was a slow Thursday night for many Nigerians, South Africans and Ghanaians, amongst others, who experienced glitches with internet connectivity. The breaks, which occurred on MainOne, SAT3, WACS and ACE, disrupted the operations of internet service providers and cloud service providers. Some of the internet service providers say it was a result of damage to international undersea cables across East and West Africa. They say the repair process is ongoing to resolve the situation as soon as possible. And there are those who have said internet services have returned to their phones, but it was quite a sad one yesterday for me. I had to even go to the bank because I opened my app, I couldn't use it, and I was like, have they blocked me? What was going on because of the mean linkage thing? So I had to go to the bank to find out what's going on, and they said, oh, the services were down. I can still use my card because I needed to get fuel yesterday. So I was like, oh, thank God. Let me just use my card to get what I needed. And then I couldn't use certain sites. You tried to open them, it wasn't opening, but some others were opening. It was just really a sad one yesterday.
It was very messy because I didn't know until later on when you informed me of what happened, because I felt, okay, I had some data, then I was using my Wi-Fi. I felt, okay, I still have enough data there. I could use WhatsApp, and I couldn't, use Google or any other, platform. I also wanted to make transactions yesterday. I couldn't do the transaction. So I was just begging people for hotspot and all of that, and it was more like the same. So it was a bit, disturbing. And before then, we've been having issues with our own local networks, which had nothing to do with the undersea cables that was damaged. So all of the networks, sometimes for a time, maybe almost a week, I didn't get network on one of my service providers. The same thing with others, because we now use one that uses phones that use 2 SIMs, majorly. So all of those things, I felt it was really disturbing. And one thing that's very sad is that, on social media, I began to see Nigerians saying, oh, what is wrong with this country? What is wrong with that? What is wrong? And this is not only a Nigerian.
It's not peculiar to Nigeria.
About 8 African countries.
All right, we're affected.
Nigeria were affected. So we shouldn't always rush to, saying that or condemning our country as if, they say nothing works in this country and all that. Come on. We should always try to, do our research before we begin.
So information is key.
Very key.
For a majority of persons did not know what the situation is. Yeah. My service provider later sent me a message saying this was what the cause of the situation was. Let me just quickly read something I saw on the internet. Experts say sabotage, dragging ship anchors or seismic waves may have caused damage to at least 3 undersea fiber optic cables that carry internet traffic to Africa, but that the true culprit cannot be determined until a forensic investigation is conducted. That's quite worrisome as it is, because I think this is the first time this is really happening. I recall that at some point, 2 weeks ago or 3, where the government was saying there might be attack to systems and people should be wary, on the lookout. And then weeks down the line, we're seeing this happening. So some things would have gone on in your mind. Oh, what's happening? Have my Facebook account been attacked? Have my whatever platform I find myself hasn't been attacked? Because accessing it was quite difficult. And we also know businesses depend on the internet to make transactions as well. I can only imagine how challenging it was for businesses.
That people must have lost.
Yes, for businesses yesterday, those who would say, oh, I made transfer, and the other person is saying, I did not see it, I didn't get it. So what are you saying? You cannot get your item. So I believe that the banks will be full this morning trying to resolve some transaction issues as it is. I couldn't transact at all. I could use my WhatsApp, I could make posts, but when it comes to, I could even browse on Google, but opening certain websites was just difficult. Yeah. So I guess it is relative to each person, and it's also based on your network provider.
So all the same, they should also be able to determine, after conducting this forensic expert, to determine whether it was intentional.
Right.
It could be the what do we call them? The hackers or people who want to do anything.
Who go under the sea.
Who go under the sea. It could be some.
That's a lot.
It could be that some people are trying to attack the international systems, because this world is now a global village. So exactly what went wrong, or could it just be So they are still trying to ascertain exactly what happened. So because when we see these people, we are fighting terrorism, we are fighting insecurity, in some of these African
and they'll
countries.
Take such a huge risk to go destroy.
So they could damage.
That's interesting.
Damage power lines. They could damage oil.
That's above the sea. That's on land.
Yeah, and
I'm saying under the sea.
They could just decide to take it into this. These are all
and not higher. Yeah.
Yeah, these are all speculation. So they should be able to ascertain what happened so that they can forestall
any reoccurrence.
Yeah, a recurrence to something like that. So this world, we just have to be safe. Nowhere is safe in this world currently, but you just have to do everything possible to ensure that all of these apparatus, these facilities are kept in good shape and are kept away from those who want to destroy some of these things.
It's important. If from the statement I am reading here, there's a lot of concern when you read the statement from network providers and also those monitoring the situation, how it is that even they are waiting to see if anybody could come out to say, we were behind this, so to speak, so that they can know how to forestall any recurrence of these kinds of incidents. It's very crucial. I mean, going under water to cause damage, and if it is ships and any other thing that could have caused it.
Wondering how ships will be dragging anchors, in the sea. How would they do that? That's dangerous for the ship themselves.
So they are all.
You don't need the anchor until you get to the what's it called, the key before you anchor your ship, just to avoid listing. So I wonder how ships will be dragging anchors.
Along water,
exactly.
in the waterways. Yeah. So, we are all still speculating. Yeah. So, until they get a concrete result out of that forensic investigation, it's crucial that it has to be seen and it has to be understood what, brought about this situation all of a sudden, so that they can build up that kind of defense. We're still talking about cybersecurity and all of it. Yeah, we haven't really done enough when it comes to this part of the world. It's even across the world. Yeah. Everyone is in danger. Everybody's information is in danger as it is. So a lot has to be done now. Countries have to come together to see how they can resolve and protect information as it is moving forward. All right, let's quickly bring you the news update.